Hello. This very short module will demonstrate what an exemplar of an allowable narrative budget detail looks like for this particular grant. I will provide a couple of example narratives and highlight the required components for a couple of sample expenditures. These examples are intended to demonstrate what a narrative should include in a school's Title IV Part A application. Let's begin. During this very short recorded presentation, I'll cover the following outcome. Identify the key components that comprise a quality Title IV Part A program application budget detail narrative that meets both the SPCSA and NDE, Nevada Department of Education program review standards. So here's a couple of example budget detail narratives that meet all of the SPCSA's and NDE's required narrative components. A key is located at the bottom of each of the following two slides. For this example, we will show, we'll use object code 100, which corresponds to the Nevada State Chart of Accounts for salaries. Notice that applicable key components based on what is requested are present. They are the school name, the type and purpose, the beneficiary, and the cost calculation. Benefit categories highlighted in orange are not applicable to object code 100 for salaries, but for fringe benefits, which is object code 200. I'll show you an example on the next slide for that. Let's review these components a little further. The school name highlighted in green should be self-explanatory, Charter School of Nevada here. The type and purpose highlighted in blue should describe what the type of expenditure is and why the expenditure is necessary. So basically the reason and purpose for the request. Also remember that if specific services or interventions are requested in your budget, they need to be backed by evidence levels 1 through 4 for federal grants, and some grants will even require more stringent evidence levels 1 and 2, for example, for school improvement grants and such. So please be aware of that. The beneficiary in purple, highlighted in purple, should describe who will be benefiting from the service, activity, and or intervention requested by these funds. And the benefit categories in orange, highlighted in orange, is only applicable to object code 200 for fringe benefits. I'll provide you with an example of what this might look like, an exemplar narrative using the example on the next slide. Cost calculations highlighted in red lists the specific position, services, and items and gives the count of each of those position, services, items, as well as providing a reasonable cost for each of those, and concludes with some sort of not to exceed verbiage, listing the total of the budget line item. For the second example, we'll use object code 200, which is fringe benefits. Notice the applicable key components based on what's requested are still present here, except in addition to the school name, type and purpose, benefit categories, and cost calculation, we also have now highlighted in orange the benefit categories. So as mentioned in the earlier slide, if you have a salary that's identified for object code 100, you're going to want to have, it's possible that you might have a object code 200 fringe benefits that would also have to follow our budget detail narrative formula per se, except for this one will also include those orange benefit categories, which are standard fringe benefits, include PERS, workers' comp, FICA, group insurance, Medicare, and so forth. We believe most of our application process questions can be answered via the training and supports offered in Canvas, but if you have further questions, feel free to reach out to the applicable grants unit staff. You can find this information under the resources area of this Canvas repository. Please locate the SPCSA grants unit contacts document to determine the applicable grant, or you can also find GPAs and fiscal staff located in the grants management system, or GMS. Thank you for reviewing our training today. Remember, if you're in need of additional assistance or have any further questions about this training, feel free to review the resources that we have up in our Canvas Grants Administration repository or reach out to the applicable staff. Thank you so much and have a great day.